Get ready to crank the adrenaline to max. These aren't just action movies, they're full throttle, no brakes thrill rides packed with insane stunts, brutal fights, and non-stop chaos. If you're craving pure intensity, these 10 high-octane action films will blow you away. She was trapped, abused, and owned by a vicious crime boss, but tonight, Everly fights back. When he discovers her betrayal, he sends wave after wave of armed killers to her apartment, expecting her to die quietly. Instead, she turns her prison into a war zone. With her daughter's life on the line and nowhere to run, she unleashes a brutal rampage, taking down assassins, mercenaries, and traitors all in one night. As the bodies pile up and the tension explodes, her fight becomes more than survival, it's a battle for redemption. Bloody, relentless, and locked in one location, this action-packed siege thriller is all about a woman pushed to her breaking point. If you want intense and fearless, this is it. An undercover cop gets thrown into a brutal Thai prison after a sting operation goes wrong. Inside, he discovers the prison is a front for a dark organ trafficking ring, run by corrupt officials and a dying crime boss desperate for a new heart. At the same time, a loyal prison guard tries to save his terminally ill daughter, and the only matching bone marrow donor might be the cop locked in his facility. As fate pulls them together, a storm of violence erupts, with explosive martial arts, emotional stakes, and relentless pacing. This action-packed thriller delivers jaw-dropping fights and a powerful story about sacrifice, redemption, and survival. If you want action with real heart, this one hits all the marks.
所有人聽住，下冇可能嘅同謀，極度危險。
A former martial arts instructor sits behind bars for a tragic accident, but when a serial killer starts murdering kung fu masters across the city, the police turn to him for help. The killer isn't just random, he's targeting the best, challenging them to deadly duels to prove he's the ultimate fighter. Released under supervision, the instructor must track down this obsessed killer before more masters fall, but the deeper he goes, the more personal the fight becomes. What follows is a brutal, high-octane chase filled with bone-crushing battles and philosophical clashes over what martial arts truly mean. With intense choreography and a slick modern edge, this is a must-watch for any fan of classic kung fu with a dark, thrilling twist. She's a top-tier Black Ops operative, trained to disappear and lethal in every move. But after a mission in Barcelona, everything goes sideways. Sent to Dublin for what should be a simple job, she's double-crossed, framed for murder, and hunted by her own agency. Now on the run, she must fight back with nothing but her wits, her skills, and a brutal determination for payback. As the conspiracy unravels, she takes the fight to the people who betrayed her, one broken body at a time. From bone-crunching hand-to-hand combat to globe-trotting suspense, this is a raw, fast-paced revenge thriller. If you're into sleek spy action with a fierce female lead, this is one mission you don't want to miss.
내 손으로 잡을 거야.
He was once North Korea's deadliest agent, now he's a ghost in the south, hunted, broken, and burning for revenge. After being betrayed and losing his family, he hides in plain sight as a chauffeur. But when his employer is assassinated, and he's framed for the murder, everything explodes. With the entire country chasing him down, he uncovers a pair of mysterious glasses that hold secrets powerful enough to expose a deadly conspiracy. On the run, outnumbered and outgunned, he takes on intelligence agencies, assassins, and corrupt officials in a relentless mission for justice. Packed with brutal hand-to-hand combat, jaw-dropping chases, and emotional firepower, this is a heart-pounding action thriller where the hunter becomes the hunted and strikes back hard.
제지어깨를 잡는 게 내 임무고.
A string of brutal murders grips the city, but these aren't random. Each victim is a criminal who slipped through the cracks of the justice system. As the public cheers and the body count rises, two detectives are pulled into the case, one a hardened veteran, the other a rookie with everything to prove. The killer isn't hiding. He's announcing his targets, daring the world to stop him. As the investigation unfolds, the lines between justice and vengeance begin to blur. Is he a monster or a necessary evil? With sharp twists, moral tension, and explosive confrontations, this thriller hits hard and asks the big question: what happens when the system fails and someone decides to fix it their own way? She doesn't speak much, but when she fights, the world listens. Zen is a young autistic girl with a gift. She can perfectly mimic any martial arts move she sees. Raised next to a Muay Thai school and obsessed with action films, she becomes a quiet storm of unstoppable force. When her mother falls ill and they can't afford treatment, Zen sets out to collect debts owed to her family, one brutal fight at a time. But her mission puts her on a collision course with a ruthless gangster from her mother's past. What follows is a whirlwind of jaw-dropping choreography and raw emotion. If you love action with heart, power,
Il a ta sœur et il a ma bombe. Ça fait 2 raisons de rester coupé, non?
in a near-future Paris, the government walls off District B13, a crime-ridden zone ruled by gangs and chaos. When a stolen neutron bomb ends up in the hands of a ruthless crime lord, the clock starts ticking. To stop the threat, an elite undercover cop is forced to team up with a rebellious local who knows the district's streets better than anyone. Together, they must navigate deadly gang territory, rescue a kidnapped sister, and defuse a bomb set to destroy the city. What follows is a non-stop barrage of chases, fights, and jaw-dropping parkour stunts performed without CGI or wires. If you're into gritty, high-speed action with real physical intensity, this urban thriller delivers every jump, punch, and explosion perfectly. As Hong Kong nears its historic handover, the streets are boiling with tension, and one ruthless Vietnamese-Chinese gang is tightening its grip on the city. A tough, no-nonsense inspector teams up with an undercover cop embedded deep in the gang's inner circle. But when the operation begins to unravel and identities are exposed, both men find themselves in a deadly spiral of betrayal and bloodshed. What follows is a relentless storm of street brawls, explosive gunfights, and brutal hand-to-hand combat, leading to a final showdown that defines justice. With bone-crushing realism and lightning-fast action, this gritty thriller delivers raw intensity from start to finish. If you're looking for fight scenes that hit hard and stakes that hit harder, this one delivers.
You look ready.
Fire!
Mama is not the law.
In a violent future where cities have become sprawling war zones, judges serve as the only law judge, jury, and executioner in one. The most feared among them is Dread, tasked with evaluating a rookie psychic on her first day. But what begins as a routine mission turns into survival when they enter a 200-story slum controlled by a ruthless drug lord. After a key arrest, the building is locked down and a kill order is issued on both of them. Trapped, outnumbered, and hunted through every floor, they must fight their way out while upholding the law. Gritty, brutal, and visually stunning.